This week, we're going to talk more about online bullying and how to behave like a civil human being when in online situations. Today, you're going to open up the assignment titled What You Send in That Moment When. So, when you go to the slideshow, I would like you to please open to slide 2. Our essential question for this particular unit is how can we act with empathy and positivity when we're online? So in order to understand what empathy means, you are going to click here and watch this short Sesame Street video with Mark Ruffalo about empathy. Okay, and if that doesn't work, you can just click here and that video should play for you. This is empathy is when you put yourself in somebody else's shoes, for lack of a quicker way to say it. When you watch this video, it's going to give you an even better idea of what that means. So our objectives are: 1, I can identify examples of online behaviors that may hurt, embarrass, or offend others. And 2 is I can use the feelings and options thinking routine to analyze and respond to a digital dilemma. A digital dilemma is a situation in digital life where it's not always clear what's best to do. Okay, a dilemma is when it's not clear what's best to do in general in real life. So a digital one would mean that is happening online. So you're going to watch the scenario on the next slide. It is a short video called The Accidental Bully. And I want you to think about what the dilemma is and how you would handle it if you were in that situation. So right here on this slide, you have the video. It's about 5 minutes long. If you click and for some reason it won't play there, go ahead and click here for the video link version. Okay, so this is called The Accidental Bully. And when you finish watching that video, I want you to answer these 2 questions. 1, what is the digital dilemma in this scenario? Write your response in complete sentences and give several examples from the video. So in order to get full credit for this assignment, I need you to make sure that your response is written in complete sentences and that you have given several examples from the video that show us what that dilemma is that these people are facing. And then 2, I want you to empathize. How would you have felt had you been the boy in this situation? What would you have done and why? So if you were the boy in this digital dilemma, what would you have done and why? Please, again, answer in complete sentences and show me some serious thought. So after you have watched the video, I want you to apply the feelings and options strategy to what is happening here, okay? So it's a 4-part strategy to decide how you're going to react to something that happens online or digitally. Digitally meaning through a text message or whatever, okay? So 1, you're going to identify who are the people in the scenario and what dilemma or challenge are they facing. So tell me who's in the video, who is part of the scenario, and what is the dilemma. 2, feel. So this is where empathy comes in. What do you think each person in the dilemma is feeling? Why might the situation be hard or challenging for each of them? So here you're not just going to think about how it would be challenging to be the boy in this situation, but how would it also be challenging to be the girl? Step 3 is imagine. Imagine options for how the situation could be handled. So here you want to come up with as many ideas as you can because there's not really a right or wrong answer for this. So consider what option might lead to the best possible outcome where everybody feels good or as good as possible, okay? So the most people feel good at the end as possible. And then say. Say is the 4th step. Thinking more about the idea you chose for handling the situation, what could the people involved say to one another? So imagine is what could they have done, and say is what could they have actually said to each other, whether digitally or even person to person. Because sometimes we need to remember that talking to a person face to face is usually I'll say the best way to deal with a situation, because as we've talked about before, there's a lot of room for misinterpretation on the internet or on text messaging. I should just say digital in general, because I mean, consider anything you do on your phone or on your computer digital. And then on the next slide, use the feelings and options strategy to analyze the accidental bully. So on this next slide, I put the video here again so that you can watch it again, and you can actually apply the strategy as you're watching the video. So you can watch and answer at the same time. If you do that, you'll probably, because I know how the slides work, Google Slides work, you might want to open the video in another window and then type your answers here. So that way you can stop the video when you want to write something and then go back and watch more, or you might be able to rewind if you have to, okay? So you're going to identify who's involved and what challenges they're facing. Feel, what do you think each person is feeling and why might it be hard for them? 3, imagine options for how the situation could be handled. How could it have been handled in a way that was more appropriate than what you saw in the video? And say, what could the people have said that would have helped solve the issue? And the last slide for this assignment is your exit ticket. So when you answer the exit ticket, again, please make sure that you're answering incomplete sentences and giving me reasons for your answers. Tell me, what is empathy? Please don't give me a textbook definition that you looked up somewhere else. I want to know in your own words what you think empathy is. Because sometimes you guys just go and you just type what you heard in the video, or you type what you read on the source. But that doesn't necessarily tell me you understand what empathy is. It just tells me that you can read what somebody else says it is and then type it out. Okay? So please put this in your own words. What does empathy mean to you? How important is empathy in our everyday lives? Please explain your answer. How important do you think it is to show empathy or to receive empathy? Okay, because it goes both ways. And 3, in what ways can you try to show empathy for other people, both in real life and in your digital life? So think beyond the terms of just digital. Think in terms of, what can you do in real life face-to-face situations as well? When you are finished with the assignment today, go ahead and click turn in. Make sure that you've actually done all of these things before you click turn in. And tomorrow we will continue. Well, actually, tomorrow is a makeup day. So tomorrow you don't have any new work to do, which is kind of cool, right? And then Wednesday we will pick back up again with this same topic and do a little bit more work with it. Okay? So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, and I will talk to you later.